Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a special guest, my husband Byron. He's also a dentist. We are both owners to some capacity and we are doing a relationship Q&A today.
I can't wait.
Question one, how did we meet?
We met in New York. We had two friends that ended up wanting our groups to meet at a club. So we met, but she didn't really care who I was. That was the story.
There are two times that we met.
Okay.
The first time is what he's talking about. The first time was at a club. I think I was like blackout drunk at that time.
Well, I bought you a drink.
I don't even remember that.
And then you accepted it and then didn't talk to me the rest of the night.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. It was like only 15 bucks.
It was only like
$15 drink in New York.
Yeah, with your student loan money.
Yes, it was.
That now we're paying back.
So, and then a year later, we had sort of the same group of friends get us together, not us specifically, but our groups of friends together to go on a bike ride.
During the second time we met, it was a bike ride to Brooklyn. We rode our bikes across the bridge from Manhattan to Brooklyn to a food festival, and that's how we met.
Yes.
All right. What was your first impression?
Well, which kind? In the club? I thought you were cute.
Why don't you do both?
In the club, I thought you were cute, but you were ignoring me, so I said, okay, well that was a waste of 15 bucks. The second time, I remember thinking, wow, she doesn't get tired when she bikes, because everyone else got really tired biking across the...
Soul Cycle.
Yeah, I guess the Soul Cycle training helped. So I was like, oh, that's impressive.
My first impression of the first time I met you, obviously unremarkable. I didn't even remember you at all.
Yeah.
The second time, I thought you were nice.
Yeah, I'm alright.
You're like pretty subdued.
No, I don't do a lot of talking.
Yeah.
Can you tell?
You just seem like a nice guy. People want to know, how did you ask her out?
I texted you. I was at, I remember this.
I remember this too.
I remember this. I was at a birthday dinner and I don't remember why, but I just texted to see if you wanted to go out to dinner.
I remember receiving this text message. We had already been friends for a couple months at this point. Like we had hung out a few times. And then I was at happy hour, like with Frank, I think. And then he sent me a text message saying like, do you want to go out? And then I was like, okay, I guess, why not?
Did you really say yes?
I did, because
I don't remember.
I just remember saying like, okay, well, I'm single and I think I had just gotten out of a bad relationship. So I was like, why not? People want to know, what was our first fight? I don't think we fought that much actually, but I do remember you broke up with me. Then
maybe it was
then you tried to get back together. I have like a no breakup rule. So I was basically like, no. And then he sat outside my apartment on the bench and I just made him sit outside for like hours.
Not that long, maybe an hour.
No.
This is embarrassing. This should not go in the vlog.
Okay, let's move on. How long did we date before we got engaged?
A year, approximately a year.
Yeah. It was pretty fast, right?
It depends. Years, not that fast.
Okay, I think a year to get engaged is not that fast, but at around 6 months, I think, is when my lease ended in New York and he was finishing up residency. He was gonna move back to California. And so he was like, okay, bye, I'm gonna go to California. We're gonna do long distance. I was like, nah. And then so I did not renew my lease and I quit all my jobs because I was a working girl and I moved back to California with him. And then as soon as we got back to California, I was living with my parents and I was like, when are we getting married? When are we getting married? When are we getting married?
That's how that happened.
Then that's how we got engaged because I basically was like, you better marry me now.
Yeah, that's how it happened.
Yeah.
I did it willingly.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, you would have been so stupid not to marry me, right?
Of course.
How long were we engaged before we got married?
Like 3 months.
Yeah. As soon as he proposed, I was like,
it was fast.
Let's do this. Married.
Very fast.
Bought a house, married.
Yes.
Done.
Yes.
We're not wasting any time.
We did not.
Give each other a compliment.
You want me to go first?
Yeah.
Okay. You're very... When you want to get something done, you always get it done. You're very driven, goal-oriented, and you tend to accomplish those things because you work hard at getting the things that you want, and I admire that.
Aw, thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome. Here we go.
What?
I'm waiting to hear what you say.
Oh, I think you're a good dad.
Oh my gosh, thank you. That's nice.
Like I went to a 1 week CE course and he watched Preston the whole time. And I have friends that have kids where they're like, I can't leave my husband with the baby for like an hour.
Okay.
Because they don't know what to do, and also the baby doesn't want to be with them. But he's a good dad. Let's see. What does Joyce do that bothers you the most, and vice versa?
Oh my gosh. Joyce does not like to clean the house. So there's always like her hair on the ground because she sheds, or I snore, so there's always these little earbuds that she wears to sleep, and they're like all over the place. Or like her sink, oh my gosh, it's like a disaster sometimes because she cleans her makeup and it gets all over and she doesn't wipe it down, and so I look at it and I want to throw up, so I clean it for her. And then I have to clean the hair from the shower drain, and when it's full, oh my gosh, I want to throw up more.
Sometimes I just take the hair and I put it on the shower at the wall.
Yes, and then I have to take it and put it in the trash can. For some reason, that's so hard for you to do.
It doesn't bother me.
I know, it bothers me.
He's very like clean, very clean. What kind of dynamic is our relationship, and why do you think it works?
I would say it's playful still. Like, we have a lot of fun. We talk a lot, and I think we do so many things in common, and we think about things similarly as in regards to finances, and that it just makes our conversations easier. I think when we actually have them, when I'm paying attention.
I think the dynamic is that I'm very straightforward with you, you're very straightforward with me. Like, we don't do the passive aggressive thing. Like, we don't have passive aggressive. We just get to the point, and like, do you want to do this or not?
Yeah, that's true.
And I like that because I think when there's like this passive aggressive element, it just like makes it like ick, like the whole relationship. I also think Byron always lets me be me. That's very important. And Byron, I don't know, I've changed a lot, but for the better. But he's also just like,
that's what my friends
himself too. When we can just be ourselves and then just be really straightforward, there's no like BS in our relationship. And I think that we trust each other and we're like very committed.
Yeah.
It's like unspoken.
Well, now it's unspoken.
It's spoken now. What's each other's love language?
You are quality time. And I am acts of service, maybe.
I think you're a lot. I think you're acts of service and words of affirmation.
No, I don't need words of affirmation.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, I'm confident.
What's one weird thing the other person does?
She likes to poop with the door open.
I knew you were gonna say that.
And she makes me poop with the door open. It's so weird. I don't
want
like
to have
that.
a conversation.
It's very weird. I don't like it.
What's yours is mine. So the one weird thing Byron does is he takes baths.
It's not weird at all. It's very common. He
takes baths, like there was a point he would take one every single day with like bath bombs and candles and the whole thing.
No. Not every day.
Every day. It was like every day.
I did. It was wonderful.
What do you think about prenups?
If you need one, you need one.
So clearly we don't have a prenup. I do believe in prenups, but at the time I didn't really think about it that much.
Yeah. I think it makes sense.
It's like
I don't think you should get offended.
exit strategy. It's like I feel like marriages are sort of like a
No, it's insurance.
business.
You just protect yourself. It's insurance.
Yeah, it is.
Whatever. It's fine.
Next time we get married, I would get a prenup.
Okay.
How sensitive are you on a scale from 1 to 10?
I'm probably a 9.
He's really sensitive.
Yeah, maybe not like romantic movie sensitive. I'm not that. I don't like romantic movies. I'm like a brick wall when it comes to that stuff.
He has different layers. Like he's not like very emotional, but also he's very sensitive and emotional at the same time. Someone said, what do you think is each other's superpower?
It's probably answering all your DMs. That's crazy. I don't know how you do that. I would never do that.
I don't know what your superpower is. Like, I think Byron is extremely patient with everybody besides me. Like, we have tenants in some of our properties, and he deals with the most annoying things that I would literally not be able to handle, but he just like deals with it. It doesn't bother him at all.
Yeah, they don't bother me.
I'm like,
yeah,
I would just go bonkers. Would you want Preston to be a dentist?
Okay, so if he wants to, I'm fine with that, but I'm not gonna tell him he needs to go into medicine like our prior generation of Korean parents.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mom.
I think I'm also like much more just open to whatever he wants to do, rather than trying to mold him into like a specific sort of like high achieving profession like what our parents kind of wanted for us. Who is more stubborn?
I know you're gonna say me.
Yeah.
I would say we're equally stubborn. It just depends about what. I'm more stubborn about food.
Yeah.
And you're more stubborn about everything else?
Who said I love you first?
Probably me.
I think Byron did.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
I don't remember, but it's probably me.
Yeah, we've been married for how long? Like almost 9 years?
So it'll be 8 years this year.
Did Byron have a lot of girlfriends before you, me?
No, I didn't.
He had a long term.
Yeah, that was a very long relationship in college and after. And then a couple of shorter ones. I would say maybe 1 or 2, and then that's it. Yeah.
Someone asked, is Byron generous with gifts?
Not volume wise. I don't give gifts all the time. I would say quality wise, yes, but not quantity.
Yeah, Byron has not given me gifts during my birthday and Christmas and our anniversary, and he'll smush it all up into one and get me like something like pretty good. I think Byron's, you know, generous in a way where, let's say that we didn't have the same goals of trying to like further our lives and save money. Like obviously we can afford things, but we have goals of where we want to be, and so Byron is protecting our finances in a certain way. If there was no like financial aspect, Byron does have a very generous heart. I do feel like if he would buy me anything that I wanted if there was no money involved. I guess everyone would be like that, but he's like, before we got married, he'd be like one of those guys that would go to a bar and be like, who wants shots? You. Like he would buy everyone a shot. That's his heart. He would buy it for you if you wanted it. So now he's like trying to be responsible, and so a little less generous there. Like I'm on a budget. You give me like a budget and stuff, but it's not because he's putting me on a budget. It's because it's what we want for ourselves. Would you ever work at the same practice?
I think I would do it one way only, is if I was only doing a specific type of procedure for her. If I ever got to a point where I did all her surgeries and implants and they were planned out for her cosmetic cases, that's the only way. But no, not like as 2 GPs in the same practice. No.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think we could ever work together like co-owning an office. It would mostly be like, the way that I would like it is if Byron owned the office and I just came in and I did cosmetic procedures. So like similar to what you would want, but flipped. Do you ever consider yourself an Instagram husband?
I guess. I don't even know what that is. What do they do? Take pictures and stuff?
Yeah, like they take your pictures and they do dances, which you don't.
No,
but I wish you did.
I'm barely one.
Yeah, he's very hands-off. Like I notice a lot of successful Instagrammers have husbands that are very supportive and all, but also more like momagers, like Dr. Kat her husband like manages her and stuff like that. With us, it's like literally all me, and he just like hides in the background. Like, I'm not part of this.
Yeah, I don't want to be in it.
But he's supportive.
This is...
Because he wants me to be successful.
Yeah, make money.
And make money, but... And he'll be in the background of my vlogs and stuff, but he's never like one to be like wanting to be up front and center. It has to be that I asked him to do it.
Yes.
Someone wants to know, who's a better dentist?
She probably is. It's fine. I don't care.
Here's the juicy one, Byron.
Uh-huh.
Do you ever compare Byron to your OMFS ex-boyfriend?
We're both Korean.
I don't think that's what they're asking.
Oh.
I think they're asking, do you ever compare yourself to him?
Oh, do I? Why would I?
Do you
care.
ever compare? Oh.
They're asking
they're
me.
asking me.
Yeah, I don't.
Do I ever compare Byron to John? No. They're very different. Most of my ex-boyfriends were good people, and we left on good terms, and like if we have to have a conversation, we would. And that's like how it is with John too. And I don't ever compare him to, the only time I ever did was I told Byron when I was getting pregnant, I told him, John always told me he would get me a surrogate.
It's too expensive.
He would make enough money to get me a surrogate, and Byron was always like, I'm not getting you a surrogate, that's expensive.
It's too expensive.
Someone else. How is Byron better than your exes? Just a better fit. Better fit.
And I'm better.
Ooh. Someone asked, how did you guys know you were the one for each other?
You may want to answer first. I have to think about that.
Oh, I knew, there was a moment I knew that I was gonna marry Byron. It's when I went to the hospital and I was pooping in my pants at the hospital, and Byron was cleaning me. And I was like, this is the man I want to marry right here.
I did that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a very loving gesture though. It's like, you know, we're gonna get to an age when we're old and we are literally like wiping each other's buttholes.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that was part of the plan. Okay. That was a one-time thing.
I think people are asking when you had a moment where you were like, I do want to marry her. You never had a moment?
I can't think of it. I probably did. I can't think of it. I knew when I knew I had to marry you.
Because of the deadline?
That's when I knew I had to marry you. Mm-hmm. I was fine with that. So
of course.
maybe that was when I knew like, oh, I didn't panic. I'm gonna get married to her. So.
Why would you panic having to marry me? I'm like the best thing that ever happened to you.
Yeah, see?
Am I not the best thing that ever happened to you though? Come
Yes,
on.
yes you are. Yes you are.
Do you slide in girls' DMs?
No. The only time I chat is in my fantasy football group.
Yeah, all you do is
You
talk
still
about
like-
your imaginary football team with your guy friends.
I imagine some people would find that very interesting.
I don't think so. I think that's like a very basic guy thing. Like, he likes golf, he likes his imaginary football team, and he likes...
It's not imaginary.
It's imaginary.
They're real people.
But they're not in a real team, except in your imagination.
No, it's in Yahoo. It's on the internet. Okay, we gotta go.
Okay, that's it. Bye. Thanks for watching. We have to go get the baby.